everybody. As the first video where I go do concerning Nigeria this year, I just say make I bring to una knowledge some very important information. But first, make I ask una, share as a Nigerian, you don't give up on this country, say Nigeria no go ever feel better. Share we don't surrender to bad and failed leadership. So no matter what government do us, we no go fit take action, make we go accept them like that. Because as Nigeria be today, all of us be like hostages where they kidnap. And instead of us to come together and fight for our own freedom, we rather they cooperate with the people who take us hostage. Because you know, say if person kidnap you, now the thing where your kidnapper give you night you go chop. Now how they treat you night you go take, because you are hopeless and helpless. God forbid for me to be a hostage in my own country. So for those who believe say we need to do something or take action for this country to better, I just say make I bring some important information to you now. It be like the time to act done the day later. This is 2025. Next year is 2026. The coming year is 2027. By 2027, we must hold our Nigerian general elections. But by 2026, all political parties must hold primaries and have their candidates. Even campaigns go start by the end of that year. I take God beg on waiting be our plans for 2027. What exactly do we want to do to achieve? Or we want to continue to sit down for social media, they talk without taking any action? Waiting we they do concerning INEC and electoral reform for this country. I beg, when are we going to the National Assembly in a peaceful demonstration to demand the electoral reform to address the root cause of our problem? All of us did this social media, we see last year. If this one happen, I go come talk justice for this, not only me, every other person. This year we don't start again. Few days ago I they see my auntie just at it on they talk about one picking. Reports don't come again about that boy your media delay where they talk say he confessed say he kill him friend Christian I do for Lagos last year. According to reports they say he know they prison, DPP know they respond, police know they respond. For those who travel go house, transportation go home and come back, all of those issues, how far? I just want to let you know, say for every case of human rights violation where you hear one way come social media, there are 20 more where nobody know about. For every one case of police brutality where we talk for this social media, there are 50 more where nobody go hear about. For how long we want to address this thing one by one, instead of coming together and addressing the root cause of our problem so that everybody go rest. I be all of us they fear. You they see the news when APC spokesperson they threaten Peter Obi. Now so they start now. Now so it be. If a ruling party can be that desperate to be attacking a private individual for airing his opinion, imagine the desperation will go come by the time elections don't near. So all of us must come together and decide what we want. Like I say, make I kuku inform una. This same APC where been they shout say 16 years of PDP, my dear brothers and sisters, by 2027 APC will have had 12 years. If Tinubu has another 4 years, by 2031 APC will have had 16 years. Imagine living under 16 years of PDP, 16 years of APC, under a mediocre and incompetent system of leadership for 32 years of a human being's life. Complete generation wasted under failed leadership. We must do something. We must act now. So I say make I just inform una. As it is today for Nigeria, this is the Nigerian president. This is the Nigerian Senate president. This is the Inspector General of Police. And even if he retire before the next election, you can imagine who will be used to replace him. This is the Chief Justice of Nigeria. This is the INEC chairman. Even if he come out from office before 2027, you can still imagine the person will go replace him. But the mere fact say this same person is still parading as INEC chairman, the mere fact say this character is still overseeing elections for this country, not they give anybody cause for concern. My country people, we need to think about what we want to do for ourselves. If not, we dey postpone the evil day. We go continue to protest and re-protest. The fact that things dey this bad this year, not mean say no go fit stay worse. Now so Nigeria matter be. Share all of us won't keep quiet because we dey fear to talk. If they won't carry people where they talk, they go carry plenty this year. Me, the Kukuma know me, I no get address anywhere they can carry me. The only problem is that I work with God the Father, I work with God the Son, and I work with host of angels, all of them join. So I get backing. That is the only thing. So anybody who believes that speaking the truth is bad for them, they don't already perish, because we must stand by the truth. That is what will set us free. I take God beg on our Nigerians. If we keep quiet, we die. If we talk, we die. We better talk for our own collective interest and our own good. Now I say make I can't tell you now this is a clarion call for all activists, opposition. When I say opposition, not be PDP, Labour Party, because those ones you feel waiting they happen for those parties. Now the hand of government be that. Those of us victims of bad governments, we are the opposition. We must come together and help ourselves, because help is not coming from anywhere. Now I say make I tell you now 2025 may Nigerians help themselves and know that we are the help that we are looking for. God don't help us, make we help ourselves. Happy New Year.
You know, I've asked myself many times, when I look at conversations online, it seems that many people who are not in South Africa, in other African countries, will talk about their countries as though it's all heaven, it's all peaceful, it's all beautiful, and they would not, even if they were paid, move to South Africa. And then in the same breath, you have some foreigners trying by any means necessary to come to South Africa, to the point that if they realize that they cannot make it legally, they are going to come in illegally. And when they realize that some opportunities cannot be opened for them, they will do even more illegal activities, such as stealing identities.
To move forward, because you never know if you matriculate or that other person's identity will hinder you from success. Yeah.
Sadly, this story is not the only one. There are many South Africans who are suffering like this girl. Remember, one of those people lost her identity to Chidima Adesina, and when people could smell the rot through their screens, they were called xenophobic and racist. The ANC is the main reason why this problem even exists in our country. The ANC has caused too much suffering, but they act as though they're the heroes of the story. Look at their ministers. They were so eager to give South African IDs to people like the Guptas when the people of South Africa were suffering due to these identity theft crimes. Let's not forget about the suffering due to the Guptas themselves. Gigaba focused on naturalizing the Guptas and making them citizens. To the ANC ministers, money mattered more than the citizens of this country.
And it's found that former Home Affairs Minister Malusi Gikaba's approval of the early naturalization of the Gupta family was fraudulent.
Now, the thing of stealing identities is not something that happens in isolation. This is not just foreigners coming into the country and just willy-nilly stealing somebody's identification. They are doing this with the assistance of officials that are working within Home Affairs. And it has happened for many years. And thank goodness to social media and online, or the internet rather, we are seeing more and more of these things being exposed, and to the point that even mainstream media is paying close attention to this. Sometimes you even see interviews of people whose identities have been stolen. Now, with me asking myself, why is it happening to such an extensive level as to just... Did I use the correct English there? Like, I'll ask myself, why is it happening so much? Online, people are saying, oh no, we are the giants of Africa. For example, Nigeria. People will say, we are the giants of Africa. And then their president goes,
we may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger.
And then from there, you have other people from Nigeria who are literally telling you, no, Nigeria is the best place to be. South Africans are jealous. And then you have Nigerians who have lived in South Africa for a long time. If you have conversation with some of them, they'll tell you, I'm never going to move back home. I remember speaking with one guy, Nigerian guy, and he is working at a dealership, and then his brother is a security guard, or was a security guard at SARS in Joburg CBD. He said it straight. When I asked him, would you ever go back to Nigeria? He said it, over my dead body. And even over my dead body, I really hope that my body does not go there. That's how hectic it is. That's how hectic Nigeria is. That's how hectic other African countries are. And they'll say, oh, no, you're lying. You just believe in people, the few people that you've spoken to. Look at this guy right here.
You know, I recently got back from Nigeria, right? Goodness gracious. If you're feeling nostalgic, and this is done by what we see on Instagram. And like I said, I mute so many people on Instagram now because they give us false representation of Nigeria, which is not true. So I was telling my wife, I said, let's go back to Nigeria. It seems all is well. So my wife said, well, if you want to drag me, I'm not going there with you. Whatever you want to do, you can go. And I told my team as well, I said, I want to come back to Nigeria. My team said, sir, the reason why you are thinking straight is because you are not here. When you get here, your brain, I said, these guys are lying. Then I wanted to do like 2 weeks, do some podcasts and look at some properties. So let's go to Nigeria. I went there. Nobody told me. I was there. The third day I got there, I said, I can't live here again. Why? Because of the infrastructure. You're going to pay for internet. It's not going to work. You pay for light. You won't see. You traffic, the way they drive. Like, it will take a lot to get used to that chaos or that chaotic way of living again. So
it's funny you should mention this and mention Instagram, because just yesterday, I promise you I'm not exaggerating, at most 2 days ago, but I think it was yesterday, I'm reading somebody's post on Instagram who was showing Lagos and said the people here are balling. Don't let them tell you that Lagos and Nigeria are there, I just came in from abroad and people are having fun. Yeah, it is tough, but they have adjusted, they are living life. In short, it is good.
Well, you want to go adjust to the chaotic life? Why not? You can. Because some people profit in chaos, right?
Yes.
That's where some people make profit. So the thing is, no matter how bad a country or an environment is, some will still find a way to exploit and also make profit. And there are some people that they cannot thrive in a sane and working environment. There are people like that. So people like that, would you want them to come here and work like normal people and obey traffic? And they're not going to do that. So they rather stay there and enjoy the fake drink that they sell in the clubs and live the fake life. And then, if I was in Nigeria, Uncle T, I'll be dead. That's the truth. The thing that happened, to me in November 2020, it happened to someone that I followed on TikTok. I should say, I think he's a, vlogger Though he had a job, I think he had a business, but the guy travels and records everything. Very sweet, pleasant guy. I think they call him Ade or Moba or something like that. The guy is the one that used to say Ijokwa or Loba. This, I love that guy. Do you know that this guy had traveled everywhere? He was in Ikeja playing soccer, and he slumped and he died. The same thing that happened to me. If I was in Lagos or anywhere in Nigeria, I'll be dead, because they will tell you there's no ambulance. You know, Nigeria, some of those institutions, they profit in the misery of other people. You tell them, oh, they stole my car. They will tell you to come and pay, because it happened to me too. A week to my introduction, to my wife, one or two introduction. A week to that, my car was stolen. I went to church. They stole my car. The police were asking for money. We paid a lot of money. Nothing. So, institutions that profit in your misery, you now say you're having a heart attack or something is happening, they will tell you there's no ambulance. Send us money. Let's buy food. Let's do this. Before you say ABC, that person is gone. That guy died. And I was telling my wife, I said, you see, one of the reasons why I said I can never regret coming here. Going to the club, the expensive poison that they sell with fake drinks.
Did you know GTCO has an investment subsidiary called GT Fund Managers? And today,
this is a man who has been in South Africa for a while, and he realizes that no, man, as much as South Africa has its problems, this is probably one of the best countries for me to be in. Him going back to his home country, even in the first sentence, it was almost guttural. That came from a very deep place to say, oh my goodness, to say that I am never going back to that country, my home country. I am never going back there. Now, the accent is very thick for those who don't understand or may have missed what he said. In a nutshell, this person was seeing social media content of people representing only the best sides of Nigeria, making it seem as though everything is just perfect there, to the point that he felt tempted to go back to Nigeria. And luckily for his wife, she told him straight up, you're not dragging me back there. And because he insisted, because of the influence that he saw online, he went to Nigeria. And within the first day of him being there, he realized, no. I think I made a mistake. To the point that he realized that if he had still stayed in that country for very long, he might have died. He might have died because he got ill. Luckily for him, he got ill and he was not in the country. If police officers are going to ask for bribes, charge you a lot of money instead of investigating a crime, charge you a lot of money to pretend as though they're going to investigate, and then nothing ends up happening, that tells you the state of the country is in absolute shambles. It's every man for himself. That's how bad it is in those countries. So when you see stories like this one, where people's lives are put on hold, where they find themselves unable to advance their lives because their identities have been stolen, or they find that they've been married to someone that they have never met before, it also explains how terrible their countries are and how desperate they are to be in South Africa. The desperation to be in South Africa is so terrible that there's some people who have literally went from their countries to South Africa, came here, got South African IDs and passports to go to other countries so that they can commit crimes, because they understand the power of the South African passport. Well, the power that the South African passport used to have. Now, this is just, for me, it's more of a plea. We have somebody who is very interested in doing work in Home Affairs, which is Minister Leon Schreiber. Whether you like him or not, he has been doing good work. And I think this is probably the next challenge for the Department of Home Affairs, to find the people who are colluding with these illegal immigrants, with these criminals, to find, because these officials are also criminals. Find these people, and then find all the corrupt dealings that they have engaged in, and then find all the people implicated in these corrupt dealings and jail all of them. Unfortunately, our constitution only allows jailing. Jail all of them, not deportation, because they get deported, they're going to come back, because they think South Africa is a banana republic as much as their countries are banana republics. This doesn't just apply to African immigrants into South Africa. We've got Germans down there in Cape Town who came during the World Cup and never went back to their countries. They're still here illegally. We've got many Europeans who are here in South Africa illegally. They realize, well, this is actually a land of opportunity. The country may have its problems. The country may have low GDP. It may be one of the most unequal society in the world, but this is a land of opportunities. So they've stayed. Now it is really up to law enforcement, with the help of the Department of Home Affairs, to ensure that some changes start happening, to ensure that at least some of these people get caught, to get to the point where if anyone is planning to leave their country to come to South Africa, they realize that, okay, I want to go to this country, but if I do something wrong, the consequences are just going to be very terrible for me. We don't legalize the people that are already here illegally. I don't agree with that, because what you are essentially saying that now we are legalizing people who came in illegally, who have probably committed crimes, or were planning to commit crimes. Because here's the thing, as much as South Africa is a land of opportunity, some people do land here and realize that, well, it is difficult for South Africans to have jobs. And I, as a foreigner, whether I have papers or not, getting means of employment or getting means of making money in this country is going to be difficult, and they end up doing the wrong things. And you know what is the sad thing about these kinds of things happening? Is the fact that it's actually not all the foreigners that are like this. There's many good people in this country. There's many good foreigners who are here illegally, who are doing good in the country. We have doctors, we have nurses, we have people doing business, hiring South Africans, some of them. But we have these other people that are just tainting their names, that are just tainting their identity by the behaviors that they are employing in the country. So it is really important that these problems start being solved.
Hey guys, and welcome back once again to another episode right here on the stable of Civic Inspirations. How are you guys doing? And I know it's been a couple of days I showed up here, yes. And in case you don't know, if you don't see me on this channel, definitely you can find me on other of my channels, yes, because I'm trying to see how I can definitely show up every single time, more frequently and consistently, to give you guys updates on what is current and trending on the internet based off issues that really bothers and affects us, that in some way most people are afraid to come out and give their opinion and their 2 cents as a result of reasons of them not being one to be judged, not being one to be misunderstood or seen in a certain way. But one thing I must say is that in life, if you definitely stand for the truth, life, whatever you stand for, you will definitely be judged, misunderstood, any which way whatsoever. So it's best you, as a person, as a citizen, an individual, cut across countries in West Africa down to Africa, to definitely stand for what you represent. As for me, you know, I stand for nothing but the truth, the bitter and the brutal truth. And when I see issues that are pressing on the neck of citizens of different countries, I would not let it slide, because I feel irritated. I get irritated. I feel uncomfortable in lies and every form of criminality. I do not and will never associate myself with that. So it's better I say the truth and die, and still say the truth and live. So what do you stand for, if I may ask? Leave it in the comment section, because I believe for those who are truly here watching me and have been here and are still stuck here, I see you all. I know that you people are characters that stands with the truth and that stands for the success, the growth and development of countries in West Africa. When you talk West Africa, you talk Nigeria, you talk Ghana, you talk Cameroon, Niger, and the rest of them, down to Africa like South Africa, Kenya, Northeast, West Africa, name it. We have a lot of countries, too numerous to mention. So the question will be, what do you stand for? Like I said, leave it in the comment section, and I believe that that is the main reason why you are here. I want us to look at this issue of identity fraud, identity theft, even on and off, back and forth over the internet, not just because of the Chidinma Adesina's issue that has trended or has been trending, but it's been a thing in our society, in West Africa, in countries that definitely have prospects, have chances and grounds of growing and doing better, like South Africa, Ghana, and some other countries too, that we have known them for the longest time in West Africa and in Africa to be doing well and trying their best to seize corruption, to seize all form of illicit acts, crime, and definitely stopping bad leadership, and seeking and looking forward to the betterment and growth of their countries. And these countries have really taken their time to build this image, this personality, this brand for themselves as countries that are outstanding and reputable, right? And would not even want anyone, any individual, to come out of nowhere to stain or dent the image of their country. If I cannot even talk about any other country, for instance, I should be able to talk about the country Ghana, because it's been a while now. I have been on the case of Ghana, and I've taken my time to learn, study, research, and gather a lot of facts, figures, and history, information about the country Ghana that I didn't know before, and now I've come to know. And the same with South Africa and some other countries. I know for sure that these are countries that are top in the eyes of in the eyes of the world and other Western European British nations. And because of what they have, so many people tend to come in, troop in and out every single day, every single time, to always want to tap from their resources, to tap from their success, to tap from their roots, all they have gathered and built from them for themselves right from time immemorial. And when you see citizens most times who really travel down there, and not just Nigerians, but majorly Nigerians and some other European and African American, British, Asian, different countries, right? Different country citizens go there for one reason or the other. But at the end of the day, the process of going there, your identity is what we are talking about. We've got majorly, like if you know me, I'll always stand for the truth. Most Nigerians who live as well to other people's country, going there through the wrong path, the wrong route, and arriving there for the wrong reasons, and at the end of the day, stealing other people's identity, like their identification, impersonating other people's identification behind the identity, and committing a whole lot of crime, a whole lot of criminal acts, a whole lot of atrocities. And the people of these countries get to discover these things, and they are like, we are tired of this kind of actions and inactions perpetrated by citizens of other countries, particularly Nigerians, right? If you look at the statistics of citizens who have always been on the media of identity theft, identity fraud, we can say of a truth that Nigeria ranks. I will not depict or exempt the fact that but it is not being committed by other citizens. Yes, other country citizens does, but majorly the country that ranks on it is Nigeria and Nigerian citizens cut across different countries in the world today. And it's been a topic, it's been a hell of issue, it's been a hell crisis to the citizens of this country, to their image, to their country's reputation, their laws, and everything that they stand to represent. Ladies and gentlemen, and they are coming out because of the grounds for social media. You see, that's the good thing about social media. On the grounds of social media, they are now like, enough is enough. Enough of people, other citizens, Nigerians coming into a country and committing crimes, doing all sorts of menace, atrocities, all in the name of stolen identity. Now, if you might want to know what is the penalty for identity fraud, it's a jail term. Yes, you will definitely, if being caught, serve a jail term, go for jail for a period of time based on the country that you are impersonating and stealing an identity from, and the country that is apprehending you and bringing you to book. They will definitely penalize you based off what their law says. So it is not a joke when you talk about identity fraud. And I want us as individuals, adults like mine, to come to terms with the effect, the intricacies, the repercussion, the aftermath of what this act is causing to other countries. You look at Ghana today, they are rancouring, they are clamoring on how constantly Nigerian citizens come there most times and commit these crimes in a country that they are trying to build, they are trying to secure, they are trying to grow. Like I will always say, no country is perfect, no country has it all perfect going, but they are trying their best every single day and trying to seek that at the end of the day, they secure their own, they protect their land in terms of the peace, the safety, the security, the development, and all whatnot. And why must it be that it is mostly Nigerians who go there to commit this crime? You steal other people's identity because you already know, we already know that our identity, our passport is not recommended, is not on a clean slate anywhere we go because of the actions and inactions of citizens like this that are perpetrating crime every single day. You see, when we come out on the media, or if you expect us to come out on the media or come out every day to talk about the infrastructures of Nigeria, how beautiful Lagos City is, how beautiful Abuja is, their landscape and all whatnot. And at the end of the day, the major problems that we have as citizens of the country Nigeria are still untouched, unaddressed, unresolved. It's not being looked into. We are not responsible and accountable for our actions and our inactions. Then we are jokers. I look into your eyes and put it to you that we are jokers. See, if you do not understand anything or do not take anything from me as a human being, you should know that I am one person that can stand to the face of anybody, even as the president is. If I'm being summoned before him to repeat myself and tell him my peace of mind, I am that one person that will stand before the president of Nigeria or any country and speak speak out nothing but the bitter truth to your face. The only thing you can do at the end of the day is to unalive me, execute me, which is what we Nigerians are fond of. Because at the end of the day, when you stand out for the truth, they tag you all sort of name. They look at you as a tyrant, a sellout, a this, a that. But at the end of the day, if you look deep, you would understand our cause. You understand my cause. You understand our plight. You understand the pain of me as a Nigerian facing all these humiliations. Do you know what? When you log onto the internet and in Nigeria media, you are hearing one crime or the other being committed every single day, every single minute. At the end of the day, by Nigerians. Do you know the humiliation? Except you are not a person of integrity, good identity, and you want to represent that. If you are so shameless, you would definitely take it as it's one of those things. And that is why you see most people don't see it as anything, because it's part of what they have come to normalize. They have come to see as the right path, other than seeing it as something that should be highly prohibited. Something that should be highly prohibited. What about we think towards the line of putting all these actions and inactions on the negative limelight of we Nigerians, most Nigerians, to a stop? Or don't you think there's possibility of that? Do you know what it means to go to other people's country, commit a crime that is very, very, very strong, that is very prohibited by their law, and you expect these people to keep quiet, keep calm, and applaud you? You go there, you want to snuff your bad attitude into their truth and make them accept it at all costs. And you have heard it of a truth. There are Nigerians, good, outstanding Nigerians that are representing the image of Nigeria on the good light. I cannot sit here and tell you that there are no Nigerians of such character. They are. And these bad eggs are the ones that are even making it look as if there are no good Nigerians again. Now you can understand when we talk. And if you think we are stopping, or I am stopping anytime soon, or I and the voices of other people like this that have spoken are stopping anytime soon, or you can shut us, silent us so that we don't talk, it is a joke. You are a joker, because as long as I breathe, I will use this voice to call out all the criminal actions, identity fraud, all the actions and inactions on the wrong path that are always being perpetrated, exhibited by Nigerians cut across the world. I will always come out to do that, because what are we building? What are we uniting as Africans, as West Africans, when our character, our attitude is nothing to write home about as Nigerians, starting from the leaders? We do not even have the boldness, the courage to come out and call out our leaders, call out the wrongdoings. At the end of the day, nobody will feel the pain of a Nigerian living in Nigeria more than the way I do, because at the end of the day, I live here. I experience every single thing that comes across my way every day as a Nigerian. So I should be in a better place to sit down, use my platform, and speak out, speak up. So this identity fraud of a thing should be put to a stop. Let our character go, take us back to the root, to work on our identity and our personality, because this our passport that has been ruined, that makes us always want to go and steal other people's passport, should be cleaned, should be erased and put on a clean book, on a clean slate. And I will want to summarize by saying that, you see, the cause and actions of achieving or stealing identity at the long run is a collective act of these Nigerians go to, right? To steal these things, like the bodies that are responsible for identification, for immigration and all whatnot, are also supposed to be checked and looked into, because when we want to trace it down to the root, who are the people granting these people this identity of other people to carry their passport to other people's country and remain in the country and be doing and committing all this crime? You will see that there are people that are also involved in this, and they should not be exempted. When caught, everybody should be brought to book, whether in Ghana, whether in South Africa, no matter the country. Of course, that's why I like the Western European countries. When any of such thing happen, that their own citizen or their own any department responsible for that, whether the immigrations or what have the home affairs, are being caught, they bring them to book. They also punish them. They don't spare them, so that it will serve as a deterrent, as a lesson as well. So if you trace it down, you will know that any country who is assisting, conniving and supporting the cause of identity theft, identity fraud, should also look deep within themselves and bring all these people to book. No matter whom it is, nobody is above the law. You catch a person, bring that person to book. As simple as ABC. As simple as ABC. By the time more people are being taught lessons, are being used as a scapegoat, and justice being served, everybody will learn, everybody will sit up, no matter the country, no matter where you're from, no matter whom you are. Even if you are the president, even if you are a leader of any position in Nigeria, in any country, let them teach you a lesson. You see, I believe in justice being served the right way. I don't believe in petty kind of, corny kind of. No. Nobody is above the law in any country. That is what we should know. So it's high time we put our cards on the table and tackle this identity fraud and put it to an end, because it's causing a lot of chaos in West Africa. It's causing a lot of chaos in the country Ghana, South Africa, so many countries, even to the Western world. We see these things every now and then. So ladies and gentlemen, at this point, what are your thoughts, your opinion, your input? It's high time we take accountability and responsibility for our actions and inactions as Nigerians, as citizens of West Africa and down to Africa. Because if Africa must really unite, must really get it right and succeed, not just uniting because we want to be opening our teeth and smiling, no, to secure what we have, to protect our resources, to protect our rights, to protect our identity, to protect our stand, then you will know that it's high time we focus on the major things that are distracting us, tackle them and bring them to book, put them to order, to achieve that unity, that strength to stand and fight, to defend our cause, to defend what we want as a nation, as a continent at the long run. That is it, and that is that. Nothing but the bitter and the brutal truth coming from me, your host for today, Chivik Inspirations, on the stable of Chivik Inspiration. Just saying it just the way it is, undiluted, raw and undiluted, without minding whose heart is God. The bitter truth, not to demote, demean, demarcate anyone, any citizen, any country in Africa, but to expose, analyze, react, educate, entertain, inspire, motivate, captivate, not just you, but your spirit, your soul, and your body, whether you like it or not. That is it, and that is that. So at this point, leave your thoughts, your opinion, your objective, no matter whom you are, any part of the country you're watching. Like this video if you are yet to, and if you feel like you need more people to know about this video, I will oblige you to share this video for more people to get to know and see what we are talking of today. Share this video, and if you like it on here, kindly hit on the subscription button, subscribe to the channel, and become a part and parcel of this family of like mind that stands for nothing but the truth, the bitter truth that will take West Africa down to Africa and Africa to the world. Until then, let's keep it real, happy, safe, and blessed until I see you in my next one. But for now, this is me, Chivik Inspirations, signing out. Bye guys.